Best Practices in Teaching English is a series of teacher training segments dealing with 8 topics: classroom management, writing, reading, listening, presentation skills, practice, error correction, and supervision. Best Practices in Teaching English can be used for teacher and supervisor in-service training or by faculty in pre-service teacher education. Also, tapes can be used separately by student teachers, and supervisors for individual study and self-development. Accompanying the video series is a set of printed supplementary materials that describes the content and includes information on how to use the videotapes. Techniques for teaching listening.
Assalamu alaikum. Now we are going to watch a segment on how to teach listening skills. The objective of teaching listening skills is to develop a global understanding of the spoken language. Students in this segment listen to a job interview and then they respond to questions that check their comprehension. Throughout the lesson, learners are actively participating in role plays, discussions, and pair work. Their listening performance is integrated with their speaking skills in an authentic communicative interchange. To achieve maximum benefit from the listening excerpt, the teacher divides the lesson into 3 stages: pre-listening, during listening, and post-listening stage.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Red.
Thanks. I'll sit down. Thanks a lot. Okay, how are you today? Fine. Very good. Today we have a listening lesson, and it's related to job and work. And as you know, in the United Kingdom, you can find work and you can go to work without going to an office. See that? You can work at home. We call this teleworking. Teleworking. Because you may depend on your telephone, your computer, the internet, and do your work without going to an office. Right? Okay. And some people can do work for different companies, many companies at the same time. Okay? And we call them freelancers. Okay? Freelancers. But anyway, if you want to do some work, if you want to have a job, you have to go through an interview. Okay? Today we have a listening lesson. You are going to listen to an interview. Okay? But before that, I have something to tell you. Open your book. This is page 83. Look at the picture you have there. And you have 2 persons. One is being interviewed and the interviewer. Which one is interviewer and which one is the person interviewed? Yes? Right? Hannah?
I think when is interviewing the person who is sitting in front of you.
You believe that the person with glasses is the interviewer. Why do you think so?
Because he is sitting and ready to answer your questions.
You mean that the person in red here is the interviewer, okay? Yes, interviewer, right. The interviewer. And you think that because she is sitting at the desk?
And asking me.
Yes, thanks a lot. What else? Why do you think she is the interviewer? What else? You can give me more reason for that. Yes. Yes, why?
It seems she is sitting on her desk and taking notes on what he's saying.
She is sitting at her desk and she is seems to be reading something or yes, writing or reading a CV. Very good. Yeah, thanks a lot. Sit down. Very good. So she is the interviewer because she is taking down some notes, and this young man is the interviewee. Okay, the interviewee. Very good. That's right. I'd like you now to think about the questions which the interviewer is going to ask. Okay? You work in pairs. Each pair should give me one question. Okay? You have 1 minute to think about that. Okay, you start.
The teacher introduces the topic and asks students to comment on the picture in their books. He then asks the students to design their own questions for the interview.
Yes, time is up. Yes. Number 1, yes, and then please.
What are your qualifications?
What are your qualifications? Very good, thanks. Yes, what else? Yes, Zahra?
What's your name? How old are you?
What's your name and how old are you? Very good, yes. What else? Hiba? Have you worked in this company before? Very good, yes. What else? Rania?
Why did you choose this word in particular?
Excellent. Why did you choose this particular word? Very good. What else? Yes.
Which faculty did you graduate at?
Again, Nada, please.
Which faculty did you graduate at?
Very good. Which faculty did you graduate from? Very good. Yes. What else?
And what's your ambition?
What's your ambition? Excellent. Now, you have something else to do. I'll give you 2 minutes. Right? Right. And you answer this question. How do you think the man feels? The interviewee now. How does he feel? I want you to write as many adjectives as possible. Okay? You work in pairs now. Yes, time is up now. Yes, Mona. Yes. Give me one adjective now, yes. He may be surprised. Yes. He may be surprised. That's right. What else? Yes, right.
Worried.
Worried. Very good, Noura. Worried. Very good. Yes, what else?
He may be enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. Very good word.
Nervous.
Nervous. Yes, mixed feelings. Nervous.
Serious.
Serious. Good.
Through these activities, the teacher encourages the students' discussion and develops their speaking skills.
Yes.
Such activities also arouse the students' interest in what they will hear.
Uncomfortable. Very good. Uncomfortable.
He may be optimistic.
He may be optimistic. Very good, Shayma. Optimistic. Right. Thank you very much. You have done your best. We have got now so many. He is surprised, maybe worried, maybe enthusiastic, nervous, confused, frightened, serious, maybe afraid, excited, uncomfortable, ambitious, confident, optimistic, happy, hopeful. I do believe that these things are mixed feelings which come into while he is being interviewed. I agree with you. That's right. Let's wait and see which is true, which is not true. Before we go through the dialogue and see that, I have got some definitions of words you are going to meet in the dialogue. I'll give you the definition and I read it for you, and you think which word is defined here. Look at this. A word which means a summary of one's education.
Mr. Magdi's clarification of unclear vocabulary is essential prior to the listening stage, as it clarifies difficult words that might block the student's understanding of the listening excerpt.
Think about that. Which word? To make it clear, it's 2 letters. Only 2 letters. Okay? Yes. Yes, Nihal.
It's maybe CV.
A CV, very good, excellent. A CV. Yes, we have a CV. Curriculum vitae. Thank you very much. I have a second word. Look here. It's a bit long. Qualities, skills, degrees, and abilities which make a person suitable or better for a particular position or a job.
Qualifications.
Very good. Qualification. Very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, we have a third word. Now, it's an adjective, right? Qualifying a person. A person who is full of ambitions, plans, and goals. He has many things. You see that? Yes, Sally? Ambitious. Very good, Sally. Ambitious. Very good. Now, who can tell me a sentence about CV? Use in a sentence now. Who can tell me a sentence using CV? Yes, right. Very good, Laura. Yes.
You can't apply to a job without your CV.
Excellent. Wonderful. You cannot apply for a job without your CV. What about the word qualifications? Yes, right, Dina?
Your qualifications qualify you to a particular job.
Yes, your qualifications may qualify you for a particular job. Thank you very much. Right. You are going now to listen to the interview between Farag and that lady, the interviewer, and you tell me 2 questions now. You answer the following 2 questions. From which university did Farag graduate from? Which university did Farag graduate from? I'd like you to guess, just a guess, okay? And we try to give me an answer, and we wait for that in the dialogue. And what kind of company is he applying for? Think about that, okay? Number 1 again. From which university did he graduate from? Now, this one, who can tell me?
Maybe he graduated from Zagazig University.
Maybe he graduated from Zagazig University. Yes, what else, Heba? Maybe he graduated from Ain Shams University. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's wait and see. And now, what kind of company is he applying for? Try to guess. He is applying to? Yeah, a hospital. Yeah, so he is a doctor and he wants to be work in a hospital. Why not? We wait and see. Okay. Now we have to read. Sorry, we have to listen to a listening text. And before you listen to this, look at page 83 beside the picture, and you have 2 minutes to look at the question number 1, numbers 2 and number 3. Okay. One of the applicants for the job of medical representative is being interviewed. Listen to the interview and answer the following questions. You have to now to understand and think about number 1, 2, and 3. Okay?
Mr. Magdi checks students' comprehension of the pre-listening questions in order to ensure that the students will be able to listen attentively and that they know beforehand what kind of information they will be looking for.
Is number 2 clear too? Now, after you have read the question number 1, 2, and 3, you are going to listen to okay, a listening task. Don't worry if you don't understand from the very beginning. You will have a second chance for that, so don't worry. You will be listening for twice. Okay, but I'd like you to listen. Don't write anything. Okay, don't talk during the listening. Right? Okay. Ready now? Okay.
Unit 18.
Is it clear? Can you hear well? Very good.
D. A job interview.
Good morning, Mr. Farag. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Now then, thank you for sending us your CV. I see that you've got a BSc in Biology and Chemistry. Where from?
Alexandria University.
Very good. And you're 27, so that's okay. Driving license?
Yes, I've got a driving license.
And what about military service?
I completed that last year.
And what have you been doing since then?
I've been working as a sales assistant in my uncle's pharmacy.
So you've got some sales experience. Now, can you tell me why you left your uncle's business and why you want this job?
Well, I'm ambitious and I want to travel around in my job and visit other places. Mind you, I'm very grateful to my uncle for giving me the job, of course, and he's encouraging me to look for other things.
Very good. Have you got the idea now? What do you expect to happen next? Right?
Maybe about his ambitions and why he wants this job.
So you want to have more explanation for the ambitions and why he wants the job. Very good, yes. Another, yes, right, okay.
He may ask about the nature of work.
Very good. He may be asked about the nature of work. Very good. What else? Very good guess, right?
I think he will continue talking about his qualifications.
She believes that he will continue talking about his ambitions to get more ground. Yes, very good. What else?
She may ask him about his marital status.
Yes, she will be asking him about his marital status again. Very good. Right. Anyway, let's wait and see. Okay? Now we continue the listening.
And why are you applying for a post with us?
First of all, my uncle told me that Valteam's products are highly respected by the medical profession. And then you're a new company and, as I've said, I'm ambitious and I'd like to work with a company that's growing.
Excellent. I'm glad to see that you've done some research into our company. Now, what makes you think you'd be good at the job?
Well, I'm a hard worker and I'm sociable, so I'll enjoy meeting clients. I'm also well organised, so I'll make sure that I'm on time to meet clients and I won't forget appointments.
Very good. Now, at present, you're living with your parents in Nas City. How about if we posted you to a governorate quite far from home?
That would be no problem. As I said, if I was given the job, I'd try my hardest to work my way up. So I'm not worried where I start work.
Mr. Farag, thank you very much for your time. I've got your telephone number at the pharmacy. I'll phone you on Saturday morning to let you know the result of this interview.
Thank you.
Very good. Have you got some idea about the dialogue? You understand it? Is it clear? Would you like to listen again? Okay, again. Right. Before you listen again, you are going to answer question number 1, 2, and 3. Remember, if you want to look at the question again, you will have 1 minute for that. So look again at question number 1, 2, and 3 before you listen for the second time.
Some of you might think that the teacher was boring when he asked the class to reread the questions before the second listening.
Ready?
But actually, his instructions are meant to help the students focus on the required information.
Answer question number 1, 2, and 3. You are going to work individually. Okay? When you finish that, you will be checking your answer with your friend. Right?
Exercise D. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Farag, for that. I like the interview. I see myself in this place. Right, okay, now you are going to write answers to questions number 1, 2, and 3. Remember, you do this individually. Don't depend on your friend. When you finish, you check your answer with your friend. You have 3 minutes for this, okay? You go now. Very good. Individually, because we are going to discuss it. Okay. Yes. 1 minute left. Excellent. Okay, time is up. Now, check your answer with your friends. Exchange the box and look at the answers. See if you are right or not. If you have different answers, just wait for me, okay? You continue. Something he has. You can omit it. Yes, right, okay. Yes, time is up now. Yes, now we start with question number 1. Yes, I'd like you, Amira, to read question number 1. Okay, listen please. And I'd like you, Nihal, to answer the question. Okay? Yes, right. Very good. You start reading the question.
What are Mr. Farah's
Academic qualification. Very good. What are Mr. Farah's academic qualifications? Yes, Nihal.
He has a BSc in biology and chemistry from Alexandria University.
Very good. Say that again, Nihal. Again, please. The answer again.
He has a BSc.
He has a BSc
in biology and chemistry from Alexandria.
In biology and chemistry from Alexandria. Thank you very much. I'd like you to read question, yes, Shayma. Question number 2, please. And I'd like Mona to be answering. Okay, you stand up. You did the question, Shayma. Yes, right?
What does he say about his personal qualities?
Yes.
He was ambitious.
He's ambitious.
And fond of traveling.
Fond of traveling.
And wanted to visit other places.
That's right.
He had the singing experience.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, what else, please?
Sociable.
He is sociable.
And well organized.
He is well organized. Thing to attract the viewer. Yes, what else? Yes, yes.
He has got a driving license.
He has got a driving license. And again? He never forgets an appointment. A good quality. Yes. Now let's go to question number 3. Yes. Who is going to read the question? Yes, Dina. And I'd like, yes, you to be answering. Okay. Yes, you read, Dina.
What other good things does he say about himself?
That he loves traveling.
He loves traveling.
And he never worry about the place of...
He never worries about the place where he is going to work. Excellent. What else? I like that. Thank you very much. Now, do you think that he is going to get the job? I'll give you 1 minute to think about that. Okay? Yes. Is he going? And be waiting for the reasons. Why do you think so? Okay? Right. Yes. Now? Yes. What else? Yes. Right ahead. Yes. What else?
Yes, I think he will get the job.
She thinks that he will get the job. Yes. You give me reasons?
He speaks with full of hope and ambition.
He speaks with hope and ambition. Very good.
And he has past experience.
He has past experience. Thank you very much. Yes. What else?
I think he will get the job because he answered the question confidently.
He gave answers to the question confidently. Yes.
She seemed to be convinced and satisfied with his answer.
He is satisfied, he's comfortable, he's sure. Yes.
She, the interviewer, is satisfied with
She is satisfied, that's right, okay. So she liked his personality.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
He has desirable qualifications.
And he has desirable qualifications, right? Thank you very much. Okay, you are very optimistic.
To achieve maximum benefit from the listening excerpt, Mr. Magdi divides the listening activity into 3 stages: pre-listening, during listening, and the post-listening stage. In the pre-listening activity, Mr. Magdi utilizes certain listening techniques. For example, he uses the context to build up listening expectations. He also uses certain activities that require students' prediction. During the listening phase, students listen to the tape for 2 times. The first time is usually for general comprehension and getting the main idea. Students at this stage compare the predictions that they made at the beginning of the lesson with what they are actually listening to. The second listening is usually intended to enable students to provide responses to the questions that will be discussed in the post-listening stage. Before playing the tape for the first time, Mr. Magdi makes sure that every student could hear it clearly. During the first listening, Mr. Magdi pauses the tape in the middle of the dialogue and urges students to predict what might come next. An important part in the skill of listening is being able to predict what the speaker might say next. This aids the students to develop their listening skills and become actively involved in the listening. Responses to questions and discussions characterize the post-listening phase. Through Mr. Magdi's varied techniques, he sets an example of an interactive classroom where students interact with their colleagues in pairs, groups, or they participate actively in discussions.
I think the listening skill is the most difficult task because I think the students don't have the chance to listen to English outside the class. Besides, my voice may be different from the native speaker. The accent itself is not the same, the speed. If you look at the tasks I have presented, I think it seemed to be there are too many, but I enjoyed the class interacting with me. I feel happy when they talk to me. They use the English in the class. That's why I'm there. So I think the activities are not too many. As for the cassette player, in fact, my colleagues in my school are very cooperative. In fact, we share in buying a cassette beside the one in our school. And why don't I bring mine from my house to use it? It's my cassette, my class. It's my job. It's my tool in the class. So I insist on either having a cassette from the school or my cassette. Yeah, it's my cassette, yes. Concerning the tapes, we got the tapes from training center because we attend Hello 8. And it was a present from the publisher. We have so many copies of the tapes in my school. When I find that the listening text is too difficult, I rehearse it at home, I listen to it several times, and when I come to my class, I try to read it to my students to make it as natural as possible. On the other hand, when it's too easy, I just play it once for them. It doesn't need any help. Yes. That's why it depends.